We are sort of systematic strategists. What we're doing is I'm going to just talk about our fundamental indexing. And what Tarek said is, and I agree with him, this is a year that looks like the companies that produce good fundamentals are the ones that will perform. That means fundamental indexing will actually probably outperform the reported index. And the reason is the companies that are weighted in here are weighted according to their fundamentals. So, the illustration that most of you have heard me use is Royal Bank. The last, when I checked it, was just a few years ago, it was 5% of the market cap index, the reported index, and it was 9% of fundamentals. Those numbers won't have changed a whole lot. We would weight Royal at 9%, or our portfolio would have Royal Bank at 9%. What that does is it takes out the stocks that are not producing fundamentals, meaning those that are bubble stocks during hurrah markets and then crash when people realize the hurrah is a bit hollow. They're the ones that fall away. So this is a good year for fundamental indexing, I think. Overall, through all cycles, fundamental indexing is a good strategy for safe, diversified global investing. And that's what our enhanced indexes do. So that's that major part. And we think of that as the ballast in the ship, as you know. The sails on the ship are our momentum. As you know, what we're trying to do is pick the 12 best performing stocks for the next quarter. No small feat. But we've built screens. We run the screens.
It's mathematical. Yeah.
It's mathematical, which is what makes it so elegant, I think. We just look at the numbers. It drops out, based on the different screens that we run, it drops out the selection. We look at them, we go, yep, these are names we know. They're performing in a way that makes it look like they're ready to run for the next quarter. Partly based on the fact that they have been running recently and they've got a certain amount of energy in the stock. So we're looking at it going, okay, those are the 12. How do we do? We usually get about half right. It's not a promise, let me assure you. That's a comment for our Chief Compliance Officer, John Smeaton. Greetings, John. We're not promising any future returns, but we typically get 6 out of 12 right. Sometimes we get a little more, sometimes a little less. And this is out of the TSX 60, 12 stocks of the TSX 60. And then we rebalance every quarter. The ones that have performed well and look like they'll continue to perform, we'll trim them back so that they're all equally weighted. And others that did not perform, we hook them out and bring in the new names. And typically, they're all in the top half of the TSX. So that's why our strategy, on average, outperforms the TSX. But I should say I did see a number 54. We owned one of those in one of the quarters last year. So,
yes.
It's not a perfect system, and owning number 54 is okay if you've got enough 1s, 2s, and 3s, or 4, 5s, and 6s, meaning in the ranking of relative performance. Okay, I'm done. Totally. Anything else you want to add there, Tarek?
No, I think you covered it off really well. If we're talking about momentum too, we're just really happy that 3 for 3. So 2020, 2021, 2022, we've outperformed the TSX. And so we're, really happy to have 3 years of outperformance. And, we're going to keep rolling. I do want to mention too, we are trialing the momentum strategy on the S&P 500 in the US.
That's in your personal account, isn't it?
It is in my personal account. And so, we're only 6 months into that one. Once we have a year of information there, we'll be able to take a look at the numbers and see how it did, maybe tweak it. And then maybe that'd be an offering on the product shelf to come later this year. But we are trialing that. So I think that's it from me. Anything else you'd want to add?
No, we're good. Thank you. Happy New Year to you, Tarek. Happy New Year, everybody. It's a delight to be working for you.
If you have any questions, always let us know. We'd love to chat. All right. Talk to you later.